to me, Smigos Impossible. I'm Miguez. My name is Taffrey16. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today is going to be my third reaction to Would I Lie to You? Now, before anyone asks, yes, this episode does have Bob Mortimer in it. But, so, this was not my original plan for reaction today. My original plan I was bound to do, but then I realized, oh crap, I should have recorded this earlier because I don't know if I can get this unblocked on YouTube. I'm like, okay, I'll do my backup plan. I'm like, oh crap, wait a minute. I'm going to have to wait a couple days to get my backup plan unblocked on YouTube. So we're doing this. It's, in a technical sense, my fourth reaction to Would I Lie to You, because the first time I did it was in the Game and Panel Shows compilation. Third individual episode I've done on it. Last episode was a Christmas special, and it was fun, but the complaint of it compared to the first episode was there wasn't any Bob Mortimer. So, this one has Bob Mortimer. There you go. Let's watch it. Alright, well, you know the drill. If you don't know the drill, these are about half an hour. Now you know the drill. You have to do it. I forget what series this is from, by the way. My apologies, I forget. Would I lie to you? I don't know, would you? About to find out.
Good evening and welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show with naked truths and well-dressed lies. On David Mitchell's team tonight, from Loose Women, a singer who came third on the X Factor and went on to make an absolute fortune for Simon Cowell, it's Stacey Solomon. And here to grab tonight's show firmly by the consonant, vowel, consonants from Countdown is Susie Dent.
Ah! Is she the new presenter?
And on Lee Maxine tonight, a man who cried when he won Strictly. I did too. I had a tenner on Ed Balls. It's Ole Aduba.
Oh yeah, I should do Strictly at some point.
In 1993, starred in The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer. These days, that smell, of course, is a mixture of Werther's Originals and gin. It's Bob Mortimer. We begin, as always, with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists each read out a statement from the card in front of them. Now, to make things harder, they've never seen the card before. They've no idea what they'll be faced with, and it's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Susie,
I'm not going to be able to guess with Bob. You never know with him. Oh, God, here we go.
My dad once broke my leg during a particularly vigorous bout of gargalesis.
Of what?
Lee, I can guess your first question.
What is gargalesis?
So, what does the word dad mean? So, go on, what is gargalesis?
One who leaves.
Gargalesis is very heavy tickling. Did you call it roughhousing? We used to call it roughhousing, as well as gargalesis, obviously.
You call it roughhousing?
Never heard that word before in my life.
That's like where I used to live.
Talk us through the incident, then. How did it happen?
Well, I don't like tickling at all.
Well, you wouldn't now, would you?
Or the light kind, which is called kinesmesis.
It's called what?
Kinesmesis.
Did you just say the same word backwards? You did that weird thing with kinesmesis.
Anyway, gargalesis is the really heavy kind.
Are you... Sorry, did your family make these words up for fun, or are these actual words in the dictionary?
It does sound like real words.
These are actual words, yeah.
Are they?
Oh, OK.
In the dictionary.
So, there he was.
So there he
Your
was.
dad was tickling you where?
On the landing.
How old were you, Susie?
I was 7.
7 years of age.
And how old was your dad at this time?
My dad would have been...
32.
I don't know.
Oh, you forgot you do the words, not the maths, don't you? Do you want to phone Rachel and get back to me?
And so I, just because I absolutely hate tickling, was desperate to get away and went to move off, and in doing so kind of left my leg behind.
I believe this, honestly. I'll tell you why in a second.
It was my left leg, and it's still ever so slightly crooked.
Is it?
Yeah.
You were tapping your right leg before.
Yes, it was. That's what I
actually.
Yeah, I mean, you do legs left
No, I
and
believe
right.
it's
It
my
just,
left leg.
you know.
So what do you think, Lee? Is that the truth?
This is what my...
The reason I think this could be true is because I have a similar story. When I was 2, No, I wasn't 2. I was a little bit older. I was, well, actually, I was probably around 4. And my sister was 2. That was it. My dad was tickling her on the couch, and I stood up on the base of the couch and fucking elbow dropped him from the top of the couch. and fucking bruised his rib because the elbow dropped him so hard. So, for those reasons, I believe this.
Have happened. They might have given her a card with a
That
word
whole
on,
Shawn
knowing
Michaels
she's a
shit out
wordsmith.
like that.
Yeah.
And then she's gone, right, I better give a meaning to this word quickly. I'll say tickling.
Well, I'll tell you what. Because Susie was coming on the show, we have got a dictionary.
And is this cheating? Are we allowed to do this?
I'm allowed to
Sure.
do whatever I want.
Fair enough.
Susie, would you spell it for me? It's the wrong way up. Would you spell it for me, please?
Good job you put those glasses on.
I'll never forget the day. There. How do you spell it?
G-A-R-G-A-L.
G, right, give me a minute.
G-A-R-G-A-L.
G-A-R-G. G-A-R-A-L.
G-A-R-G-A-L.
I've got G... What? Would you... Let me say it. I've got G-A-R,
Okay.
and then... Right.
Oh, my God, it's like trying to get my dad to write an email.
We'll get there eventually.
No, it's not. It's seriously not in here. G-A-R, it goes from garfish to gargani, which is a small duck.
OK, so we've got a problem here, haven't we? Because we found out that the word doesn't exist.
You said G-A-R-G-A-L.
It's a small dictionary.
It's not a small dictionary, it's huge. So, what's it going to be?
I'm totally confused on this one.
I'm lying now, I think.
You're a lie now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
One
truth.
based on
Just
the
because it's a
wrong
plausible
leg.
story.
This strange word. Two strange words.
But the gargling
Not for me.
is from
So we say lie.
You're saying
For
lie.
me, yeah.
So lie.
Lie?
Lie.
We're going lie.
It's a lie. Susie, truth or lie?
It is, in fact...
Hey! I'm 1 for 1.
Well, there we are. It's true. Susie did once break her leg after her dad tickled her. Bob, you're up next.
Oh boy.
For the past 15 years, I have performed my own dentistry.
Oh Christ.
So,
Give us a big grin.
It could be true.
It sounds like bullshit, but it's fucking Bob, so it might be
I know
true.
that you're implying I'm a bad dentist.
God damn it.
No, because even very, very, very good dentists sometimes get someone else to do their teeth. And by sometimes, I of course mean always.
How do you do that? Like, do you... What do you do?
Yeah.
Well, no, the key to it is I don't do extractions. I haven't had to. I haven't.
Feelings?
I do fillings. I do fillings, crown replacement. I repair bridges. Specifically, I don't do, so don't ask, Stacey. I don't do implants. I don't do root
Do you
canal.
drill?
I do have a drill I use.
You
yeah.
have to do a filling, you've got to drill it out first, haven't
Exactly, yeah.
Do you use local anaesthetic?
Yeah.
No need.
No need.
No need.
Why? Because it's not true.
The situation in my mouth is I have one very long piece of teeth, that white bit there. That's
Yeah.
all one piece, yeah?
What?
One piece.
But
Made to look like many teeth.
Oh, I see. So that's
It's false.
false teeth.
Yes.
OK.
Either end of this, I have two what you call crowns, yeah? Right at the end. At the bottom, I have my own teeth here. As my dentist says, my bottom one's a poppadom colour, yeah? And my top one's a pillow rice.
Who said that?
My dentist.
So this was some time ago.
No. David,
15 years.
I perform my own dentistry.
Yeah.
There's no exclusivity there.
You still have a dentist,
Yes.
but you just don't let him do all the stuff.
Yes.
Why is your mouth in such a state?
Because I used to have 17 sugars in a cup of coffee or tea.
17.
17, yes.
17 in a mug.
Yes. If I had 18, it's too sweet for me. So, so the crowns would come off. I'd go to the dentist, yeah? He'd charge me $400.
Oh, this smells like
Put
bullshit,
back
but it's
in.
probably
And
true.
it's outrageous. And I heard this magic word. I heard him say to his dental nurse, Fuji 9. Okay? Fuji 9. And I became aware
Mount Fuji?
that this Fuji 9, it's actually a luting cement, which means you can use it.
Are you sure he wasn't halfway through a Japanese football result?
You can actually use it. It mixed 1-to-1, the liquid and the powder. It's a cement, yeah? Mixed 2-part liquid.
Yeah.
Then it becomes more malleable for fillings. I found a way via my TV work to get hold of some Fuji 9.
Probably true.
Once you have Fuji 9,
Why could you
are a dentist.
So what equipment do you have then?
All I have is my Fuji 9 with its little orange spoon, with a bigger end and a littler end.
For the different amounts, depending on whether you want the
Like-
50-50 or the 2-to-1.
That's Fuji 9.
Yeah.
It's all done for you. It's done for you.
It's magic. It's magic.
And then
It's magic.
This
It's
is
like
probably fucking
the
true.
cement is softer than your teeth, yeah? So I have a leather maker's drill, yeah?
A leather maker's drill.
Yes, a leather
Yeah.
maker's drill, because that has sanding fitments to grind it down. You got to check your bite after you fix a crown. If you get it a bit wonky, your bite won't be right. So you have to file the Fuji down. Oh, that bite's nice now. That's nice.
Okay, but
That's true. The other thing you've got to check after doing your own dentistry is your mental health.
Do you not need one of those special lights?
Kitchen Island. I've got a Kitchen Island. It's nice to have a Kitchen Island, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it has it's the only place with a big light over it. So I got my son
Christ.
has a PlayStation seat that's very low back like that. Yeah, it's a gamer's seat. And I put that on the
yes.
kitchen
I don't know
On,
those.
on the kitchen island.
put it on
Yeah.
the island.
Yeah.
So you're up high on the island.
Yes, because then that puts the lamp about there. And
So you're in a PlayStation gamer's seat.
Yes.
Balancing on... What's the surface of the kitchen island?
do you know, I think it's Corian. It's very nice. Corian was originally what was used for autopsy surfaces. Again, so...
Are you doing your own autopsies at home as well?
That's a fun fact.
Oh, what to say?
Bob,
He
the
might
dog's
just-
dead. Bring it in.
So, if I was to say this, the hardest thing is there's somewhere to hold the mirror.
I think the hardest thing is
But
to sell the
I-
story, Bob.
I have the most curved Indian instrument called a samashi or something. And if I put it next to me on my gaming thing, the curve of it, it's like a flute thing. The curve of it goes there.
Oh my
and I can
God,
put
this is such
my mirror
bullshit,
there
but
like
it's
that. Got the
totally
light
true.
there, game thing.
Sorry, you hang the mirror
On
on
the-
the end of a curvaceous
Indian instrument.
musical instrument.
Yes.
But this is very specific.
So what's it going to be?
There's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
It's
He
true.
was trying to make this story plausible. Why would he say the way I set up the mirror is that I tie it to the end
Sorry,
of an Indian musical instrument?
Do you remember Bob being on this show before?
Yeah, and it's always true. It's true about the masks in Castle Douglas. It was true about him being able to tear an apple apart with his bare hands. It was true about the game in the gardens.
Well, look, whether or not it's true, and we
True
don't
about
know
him
yet,
making his own beer?
Don't try it at home.
Do you ever do extractions, Bob?
I've never done an extraction.
Because I genuinely had an extraction yesterday, look. I see it out there.
Oh, they've not used Fuji.
All right, so what's it going to be?
I think it's true.
You think it's what?
I think it's true.
So, Bob, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is true.
I fucking knew it.
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery
God
guest
damn
who
it.
has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to Lee's team to spot
Fucking
who's telling the
Bob.
truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, John.
Theo.
So, Susie, what is John to you?
This is John. He came to my rescue when I once got stuck in a tree.
Stacey, perhaps you'd like to explain how you know John.
This is John, and he once booked me to sing Happy Birthday to his tortoise.
And finally, David, what is your relationship with John?
This is John. He's the locksmith who came to rescue my locksmith after that locksmith got locked out of his van.
Lee, where do you want to start?
Susie, what were you doing up the tree? I presume escaping your dad's tickles.
I was rowing.
Gargalesis.
Rowing in a tree?
No. In a boat on my own for one of the very first times, because I'd always been out with John, who was my rowing coach. And when you're rowing, of course, you have to go steer backwards. And I steered straight into a tree, and it was a tree that was overhanging the river. And I got my rowing jersey.
Call it a life jacket.
No, I didn't have a life jacket. It was just a rowing jersey.
A rowing jersey?
Yeah.
Did you have any sort of lifesaver on?
No.
Oh,
Lie
dear,
now.
dear, dear.
No. But I can swim.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he really is
But
your
I can
coach,
swim.
then once this is over, I'll be having a pretty stern word with him.
Yeah.
What, so a little bit of branch snagged your top?
Yeah, but then it just dragged me into this labyrinth of branches.
Oh, so
Labyrinth.
now you're lost in the branches.
And David
So
Bowie
what
there.
happened?
John saw me, and then John is a very tough coach.
Quite quiet,
it's
isn't he?
tough love, and he's quite quiet. This is quite this. He was shouting instructions as to how to get myself out, but I was in such a dither.
Really?
And so he walked a little bit down the bank towards me, continued to shout, and somehow I think I took my jersey off actually. And
It's
then
not a very
I
memorable
came back
story,
with
then,
one
is it?
oar. With
So,
one oar. I
Which
came
one? Well, I suppose either or.
back.
Did you,
That's really good.
that's one for the countdown crowd.
Susie, how fast were you going down this river? Because
Really not very fast at all.
So-
But I just didn't steer properly, and I still have a little scar under my eye. Where
So you
I...
cut yourself there under the eye?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you have to go and get any surgery? Did you go around to Bob's for his... Bob Mortimer's...
No, how
The Fuji 9.
No, that would be Fuji 6.
59.
It's for grafting.
Fuji 6 engine.
OK, Lee, who would you like to question next?
OK. Stacey,
Yes.
remind us again, sorry.
John booked me to sing Happy Birthday for his tortoise.
Right. And was it the tortoise's birthday?
Yes. Why would I be singing Happy Birthday for the tortoise if it wasn't his birthday? My dad randomly met John, and my dad, being the crazy man that he is, he makes immediate friendships with people. And John had mentioned that his tortoise Derek was turning 60, and that he was a big fan. 60. I know. I thought tortoises lived till like 100, so I didn't think it was a big deal for it to be 60.
They do, yeah.
But he said that the tortoise was a big fan of mine, and that he really wanted me to sing it. And my dad was like, "You've got to start giving back to the community and doing nice things." So
Were you booked professionally? Were you paid?
I was paid.
You were. That's your
not
dad's
really
version
good.
of giving back to the community. Is this before X Factor or after?
It was only about a year ago.
What was the party like? What was it? You arrived at the house, what happened?
I arrived there about 3:30, and Derek was potting around in the garden, happy as can be, and yeah, there must have been about 10 other people. He's
Who
not a
were these
popular
people?
tortoise. They were John's friend, but
John's got friends. That was the worst look I've ever been given on this show.
Did you sing unaccompanied, or was there some musical backing?
there was a conversation about doing it like Marilyn Monroe style, but I didn't feel comfortable doing it like that.
Would you sing it now for us?
If you did want to sing it,
Oh, good, you brought the tortoise's head.
would you like to? You could imagine David is the tortoise, if you like.
Okay.
He could just sit there and look at you.
Before we get to this, I gotta say, I feel like she's actually a good bullshitter if she's telling a lie. Because you could look at it two ways. You could look at it as she's laughing so much and she's so bubbly because she remembers it so fondly because she's genuinely telling the truth. Or she's laughing and bubbly because she's trying to laugh her way through this ridiculous story because it's obviously fake. But the vibe she gives off, maybe she's just got a good fake smile. I don't know. I feel like she's telling the truth. But If she's not, it's some good bullshit. But we'll find out.
Derek?
I'm the tortoise.
Yes, you
Okay,
give...
He was a bit happier. It was his birthday. It's me.
Did you just say it's me?
It's me.
Did he recognise the tortoise?
It's my biggest
Me from
fan.
X Factor.
Happy birthday to you, Derek. Happy birthday to you. Come on, Derek. Yeah, it was a lot like that. It was a lot like that.
So have you forgot the words?
No, this substitute for Derek is really not appreciating what I'm doing, and I don't like
I take acting very seriously.
Do you?
And I'm immersing myself in the role of a 60-year-old tortoise. And I believe this is how the tortoise will have behaved. You're telling me the tortoise was jumping up and wagging its tail. And I'm sorry, I think we've left bounds of credibility.
All right. What about David? Remind us of your statement.
Yes, this is John. He's the locksmith that came to help my locksmith when my locksmith had locked himself out of his van.
OK, so first of all, why did you employ a locksmith?
Because I couldn't get into my house.
Right. Because?
And it was an issue with the lock.
What was the issue with the lock?
My key had broken in
the lock?
In the lock.
You were locked. You're now locked out.
Yeah,
So first of all,
right.
what do you do next?
I rang my wife.
Right. So you had your mobile, you phoned your wife, and you said, "Are you still doing the locksmith stuff, love?" I'm on a job, Dave. I'm on a job. I'll be round as soon as I can. I can come back Friday, maybe Saturday, but I can't promise.
I said, the key has snapped off in the lock. I believe, darling, that you have the number of a locksmith in the area, don't you?
So you call your wife, she
Yeah.
gives you the number, you phone a locksmith. So who was this first locksmith? What was his name?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Andrew the locksmith.
Your classic locksmith name, yeah?
Yeah. Andrew turned up, assessed the situation, and said it'd be no problem. We'll just need to, drill out the lock and replace it.
Yeah.
And then went back to his van, and lo and behold,
What?
he'd left the key in it, and he couldn't get in.
Wow. Now, I'm taking it he's got your wife's number as well. Right. So when Andrew came, how did he know that little bit of key had broken off in the lock? Did you tell him?
Well, yes.
Yeah, did you do
I
it?
thought
shit.
I'd give him a clue.
No.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you work this out for yourself. I'm not going to show the broken off end of key. You try and get in.
How did he examine?
Now you try and get in your own van. The whole thing to make Andrew seem like a failure. What are you? You can gain admittance nowhere.
Who did you phone next? What happens next?
I didn't phone.
Did
Andrew phoned.
you almost looked at him then, didn't you?
I did look at him.
But he didn't phone him.
No,
He's the
didn't.
phonee,
Yeah.
not the phoner. I mean, he's literally the phonee.
Yeah.
If you're saying you know him. So, another one for the countdown audience.
Andrew, not John,
Yeah.
called his own company.
OK.
Yeah.
OK.
Which I thought was a good sign.
So John now turns up in the identical-looking van, because it's a company van, I assume. He said, like I was trying to trick you there.
Were you not?
No, I was just
'Cause you should try that.
So he turns up in a completely different van, right?
Yes, we couldn't turn up in the same van.
He turns up in a
In
different...
fact, no, what happened was, Andrew rang, John answered and said, well, funnily enough, I'm asleep in the van. And I can open it from the inside.
So he turns up.
Yeah.
And how does he get him out of the van? Talk us through the process. I know he's a locksmith, but roughly what did he do?
I don't know,
Did
even
you watch?
roughly. No, I just stayed sitting on the bench by my front door.
You got a
looking
bench
at
by
my
your front door?
phone.
Bench?
By your front door.
Is that where you make people wait?
You don't have benches by the front door.
I've wasted this brilliant nugget just mentioning it in passing. This should have been on a card. I have a bench by my front door. Wow, a bench by your front door. A front door and a bench in the same universe next to each other.
Oh, I've never seen a bench by a front door.
This is annoying me because I've been to your house and there was definitely not a bench. Are you getting this bench out just for special people? The amount of times I've knocked on your door and you've gone, sit on the floor and wait.
You have been to my house and there was a bench by the front door. You just didn't notice
Well,
it.
I'll tell you, after I went, I left and there isn't one now.
Yeah. I can't believe that a team of people, one of whom does his own dentistry on the top of a kitchen island with a mirror attached to an Indian wind instrument, can't believe that someone would have a bench.
This isn't even the line.
All right, well, we need an answer. So, Lee's team, is John Susie's helpful hero, Stacey's party planner?
I'm going to say Stacey.
Or David's lock
I'm 2 for 2 so far.
What are you thinking? Bob, who do you think
Well,
it is?
I'm thinking, is that man a tortoise owner?
Yes, absolutely.
I said to myself, is he a locksmith? And I don't see it. That man's been in cold rivers. Look at him.
Okay,
I
we're
can
going
buy
to have
that.
to go with Susie, aren't we? Because I can't see it being the other two. So it has to be Susie.
Going to say Susie?
Yes.
I say Stacey.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
John, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm John, and I rescued Susie when she got caught in a tree.
Yes, John is Susie's helpful hero.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much, John. Cheers. Which brings us to our final round, quickfire lies, and we start with... It's Lee.
All right.
En route to a meeting at the BBC, I gave CPR to an OAP.
David C.
Pardon?
How old?
I'm 48.
Why did she need mouth to mouth?
Well, it turns out she didn't, and... but, you know, how do I know how you fix a sprained ankle?
And how did you encounter the OAP?
The OAP was just outside the tube station where the BBC was, and soon will be again, I believe.
Which line?
What?
Which line did you get on?
I got the train to Waterloo, and then I got the tube.
Which colour?
Well, she started off sort of pink, then she went red. Then she went a bit yellow, and then I just got her back again.
What colour tube?
Funny enough, when I got back that day and my wife said, what's happened today? I think, wow, what a journey.
When did this happen? I believe that you've been on the London Underground.
Thank you, Dave. Well, should we leave it at that?
Not quite. Describe the scene.
I saw people in a circle looking down on the floor.
Right.
Someone said, is anyone a doctor? And I said, yeah, there's loads of people.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't suppose you can do CPR, can you? And I went, can I do CPR? And as it happens, I can do CPR.
So what does CPR involve?
Yeah.
Put my hand there, and I started doing this.
Yeah.
To the beat of
What's
Staying
your
Alive
rhythm?
by the Bee Gees.
I did this.
That's too slow.
Yeah, that is
It's meant to be
you wanted it to
staying
be
alive.
Oh, sorry, I thought you wanted it in slow motion.
It's the music of staying alive.
You wanted it in the pink beat,
It's
didn't it? Yeah, but my record player's broke. Staying alive. You speed that record player up, love. I'll tell you what tragedy's the worst. Tragedy. Really upsetting.
So what happened?
We got a new record player.
How many of these did you do?
I think I did. Still alive. That was a problem. I paused for the high pitch note. She went blue again. This didn't help. So I'd say I probably got through the first verse.
OK, so you did the first verse of Staying Alive, then what happened?
And then she literally got up at the right moment of the verse. She went, staying alive! And then the ambulance came and took her off, and she went straight over a bridge and died.
All right,
What are you thinking? Stacey, does that have the ring of truth for you?
Awful ending to the story. I'm so sorry.
I'm very suspicious. He doesn't even know what tube he got on.
You really...
Yeah.
The most doubtful part of the story.
Yeah.
What do you think, Susie?
Yes.
No, I think his rhythm was all wrong.
Whoa.
You've been told that before. No, I don't believe it.
Don't believe it.
No.
Then
It's a lie.
we think it's a lie.
You think he was making all of that
do,
up? Goodness
I'm
me.
afraid.
Lee, truth or lie?
This is, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. That noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show. I can reveal that.
Shit.
David's team have won by 3 points to 1.
Hey.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.
Miriam, if you like dancing and partying through the night, Havana
I do.
is the place to be. The Real Marigold on tour next, while BBC Two follows a former rugby
Employable
player
Me.
who became a double amputee in his search for work. It's Employable Me.
Well, goddamn. I fucking knew Bob was telling the truth. Like, especially after the last time. I'm like, this is complete bullshit, but there's no way this isn't true. This is absolutely fucking true. It has to be, and I was right. It was. I gotta say, Stacey's style was interesting because it was actually good bullshit. Because the way she was laughing through it, her smile and something about the way she described it made it seem genuine. But in reality, she was just laughing through it because it was bullshit. But she played it off pretty well. So she's actually got a pretty decent bullshit style. I'm not gonna lie. She's got a pretty decent bullshit style. But fucking Bob, man. Fucking, I just can't. I'm like, as soon as I heard that shit, this dentist work, I'm like, yeah, this is fucking true. Like, this is true. He's God, just goddamn it. Well, that is going to do it for my third reaction to Would I Lie to You. Again, this was not something originally planned. Hopefully the thing I had originally planned I can do next, providing I can get it unblocked. But that is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like it. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel, Free 16 Views, my Twitter. If you want to follow me, my Patreon, if you want to support me, or my Daily Motion, all those things are in the description. Thank you to all 36 of my Patrons, by the way. If you're supporting me and my channel, you guys are all named in the description. I appreciate you guys. Also in the description, you can find a link to this daily schedule as well as the community Reddit. For all that being said, though, excuse me, my name is Taffrey16. This has been my third reaction to Would I Lie to You. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hola mis amigos and possible amigas, my name is Taffrey16. Welcome back to another reaction video, and welcome to my fourth reaction to Would I Lie to You. So last time, I said next time I do an episode of this, I'm going to do an episode with both Bob Mortimer and Greg Davies in it, because people really wanted to see an episode of Greg Davies, and there's ones he has Bob Mortimer, so I looked on the internet, and I found an episode from Series 6 that has them both in it. Now, I want to say, right here, right now, you are going to see this video on one of two dates. You are either seeing it on the 26th of March, or you're seeing it on the 7th of April. It's being recorded currently on the 25th of March. I have a video that was originally supposed to go up tomorrow, and I'm confident I can get it unblocked on YouTube, but I'm not sure if I can get it unblocked in time. So because of that, if it doesn't get unblocked by the time that I've recorded this and edited it and uploaded it, then I'm just going to use this for the 26th. If that other video has been unblocked by that time, then I will upload this on April 7th. So if you're seeing this on April 7th, then it got unblocked quick. If it didn't, then you're seeing this on the 26th of March. But regardless, let's watch Would I Lie to You. Alright, here we go. By the way, I'm going to do a lot more. If you're watching this in March, I promise there'll be more new stuff next month. I think this month has been exclusively seen. It's aside from Black Books. I'm doing Black Books 2 in April. I'll try and do more sequels in April, or more new stuff in April, less sequels. Although there's still going to be some
Welcome to
sequels.
Would I Lie to You, the show where being a fraud gets a reward. On David Mitchell's team tonight,
Wow, he looks
a man
younger.
named Richard, who's an adjudicator on
Is
a
this
BBC
series
One
6?
quiz show. So when I call him Clever Dick, I'm being factual, not rude. From Pointless, Richard Osman.
I still need to see Pointless. Don't think I have.
A comedian and actor whose distinctive looks can only be described as when Goliath ate Rick Mayall. It's Greg Davis.
Greg's pretty fucking tall, ain't he, too? Ain't he like
On the
6'7"?
Max team tonight, a comedian who once told me he was as sane and normal as the next man. Although at the time, he was standing next to Vic Reeves. It's Bob Mortimer!
Hey, there we go.
And in Holby City,
Is Bob
she
ever on
murdered
David's
people,
team?
had
I feel like
affairs
he's
with
not.
doctors, got pregnant,
Is
and
it
was
like a rule?
attacked by patients. It really was quite an episode. It's Patsy
I feel like
Kensit.
there's a rule. Oh, she's pretty. I feel like it's a rule. I've never heard of her before. Then. I feel like there's a rule that he's not allowed to be on
Round
dates.
one, it's Home Truths, where our panellists each read out a statement from the card in front of them. To make things harder, they've never seen the card before, so they've no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Greg is first up. Greg,
Bob
would
always
you
tells the
reveal?
truth. That's all I know.
At school, I invented a game called Snorkel Parker Music Practice Room.
What?
There we are. Lee's team, what do you think?
What was the game called again?
It was called
Yeah, what's it called,
Snorkel
Greg?
Parker Music Practice Room.
Right, and can you describe the game to us?
Myself and several friends, we all had Snorkel Parkers.
What is
What
a
the fuck is
Snorkel
that?
Parker for some of the younger viewers?
It's a large hooded coat with a fur-lined
Oh, the
collar.
one that comes out at the front.
Yeah.
It's for,
And
I know what that
you
is.
can zip it up so that it comes right up, and so that only your eyes are visible.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Can you describe the rules? Imagine we've never met, I've got my Snorkel Parker. What would happen next?
Well, then you and I, Lee, will go to the music practice room when...
I'm not falling for this again.
And you zip up your Snorkel Parker, and then you, when someone's practicing their violin with a violin teacher in the music practice room, you duck down below the window, and then you just come up with your Snorkel Parker on.
So just imagine you're a historical reenactment society. You've got your members there.
I suppose
How would you?
I'd have to fully demonstrate it by using my making an ad.
Feel free to ask Richard and David to help you out on this.
Will you help me out with this?
Well, I mean, I see, this is one of the moments where I don't like having to... All right.
Wanna do it?
Yeah, all right.
All right. Let me play the game. I'm not wearing my sweatshirt, so I can't.
Below, I guess. Yeah. All right.
I don't know where it is.
So if you imagine that this was the music practice room and there was someone in there having a lunchtime violin lesson, you would wait until they were in mid-tutorial. And
Right,
then,
I'm picturing it, yeah.
and then together, after three.
Okay. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
But what's the point?
That's it, really.
But why?
Was the secret to getting the fact that they never knew who you were? Because you
They
wouldn't
wouldn't know you were because there's only your eyes showing. And he'd tell you to go away, so you would all duck down away, and then you'd leave it for a minute.
And then come back
and then
up
you'd
again.
just come back up again, yeah.
What age were you?
Maybe,
Tell me you weren't one of the teachers.
no, maybe 13, 14.
Right the way through to when you left?
Right through till sixth form, yeah.
You never got told to stop this, or you got...
Yeah, well, they would bang on the window and be really furious with
For
us.
5
then we would,
years,
then we
they
would
were
duck
banging
down.
on the window. They never once thought to come out and say, lads, it's getting really boring. I know you are, Greg, because you're 8'6".
But just out of interest, by show of hands, who would like to play Snorkel Parker music practice room?
I'm quite keen on the game.
I've already played it. I didn't really enjoy it.
Spoil sport.
It sounds ridiculous. I mean, the last
It
time
does sound utterly ridiculous, Greg. It's almost as if
does.
you're lying.
I think this is true.
He is lying, Lee. What are you going to say on this one?
Well, I actually believe him.
Yeah.
I could just see you doing that for kicks and giggles.
So could I. I think it's
which
true.
way are you leaning with this?
Well, it's got the anticipation, it's got the jeopardy, it's got the lot. What a game!
Something tells me you're going to get a phone call from Waddington's.
If this gets picked up, this is just because I've talked about it now. It's mine, right?
It's only yours
Yeah.
if you really played it. If it's a lie, then you haven't copyrighted
Well,
it.
if it is a lie and I've just read it off this thing, whose idea
It's
is
your
it?
intellectual
The
copyright.
person who wrote the lie.
I'd like to maintain the rights to Balaclava Sports Hall. if anyone's interested.
Right, Lee, it's time to take a guess. What are you going to say?
We're going for true.
You're saying
True.
it's true. OK.
True.
Greg,
Absolutely
were you telling the
true.
truth? Or were you telling
Well,
the
right, because that would make me utterly pathetic, wouldn't it? Yes, I was telling the truth.
Okay. Yeah, that's. It's not ridiculous enough. It's definitely true.
Greg did invent a game called Snorkel Parker Music Practice Room. At school, Greg was very popular with the other pupils. Not surprising, really, considering they'd created him in a science lesson.
Maybe need to work on the name, though.
I once buried a badger with the banker from Deal or No Deal.
Lee's team.
I know the programme, but who is that? Who is the banker? We never hear the banker, do we?
Yeah.
No, I'm not allowed to tell. If I told you, I would have to bury you alongside the badger, I'm afraid.
You just see Noel
Oh,
Edmonds.
so the badger found out. Is that what happened to him?
Yeah.
What's burying the
It's a
badger a euphemism for? This banker, can you describe him to me, please?
Yes, I could do. He's just a guy, like you and I. Somewhere in between
Well,
you
which
and
one
I.
is it? Why do you know the guy from...
I know that way back when I used to be the producer of Deal or No Deal.
Right, and what's his name?
He is called The Banker.
No, what's his real name?
I can't tell you what his real name is.
Yeah, it's
on
illegal.
The credits of the show.
What does it say in the credits of the show?
It says The Banker as himself.
Son of a
the badger
bitch.
dead?
Yeah.
We hit it with a car, unfortunately.
What were you doing in the car with him?
About 70.
This is
We
feasible.
were on holiday together.
Where were you on holiday?
Badger Country, Cornwall.
Was Edmonds there? Sorry, I'm not part of this. Am I? Sorry.
It's a good question, though, Greg. Was Noel there?
No, it
Yeah.
was a holiday.
Before you buried the badger, did
Yeah.
we put him in a box and then
That
there's
sounds
loads of
like
other
a
empty
You be
boxes?
nice to Noel Edmonds.
And you stood there and you had to
My
choose.
protest now.
Dead squirrel, wrong box.
I think it's very sad that the badger died and everything. But
Yes.
Why was so much trouble to dig the grave?
Because the banker's wife was with us.
Can you tell us her name, or does she work for,
can
does she
tell you
work
her
for the
name.
Iranian government?
What is the name of the banker? Was
Who
this
is
during the
he?
day or of the evening?
It was late at night.
Were you had you had a few?
I had had a few, yeah.
So you went and got
Were you
spent?
driving then?
No, I wasn't driving.
Who was
Say-
driving
if he's
the
not going
banker?
to say the name of the banker,
He's not gonna
of
say-
Deal or Deal, he's not going on national television go, I was driving, I was mullered.
I say badger, I mean none.
And then what?
The banker's wife then says we should bury it.
The banker's wife. It sounded like Cluedo, this. Go on.
To which the obvious answer is we're not going to bury it.
I'm not sure about
It's
this.
2 in the morning.
Right.
It's really cold and it's dark.
What's happened then?
So the badger is dead.
No shit.
Sad occasion. I'm not underestimating the sadness of it. And there's probably a badger wife and badger children at home, so that's... I accept
Are you
that
not allowed to
sad.
say their names either?
No.
So you
Witness
checked
protection.
the gender of the badger, then? You know it was a male badger.
Aha!
Or a female badger in a same-sex relationship who've adopted a small badger, perhaps an orphaned badger without a home in need
I think
of
you're
rest.
wildly overestimating the sophistication of the badger community.
Hey,
But what happens next?
We went back, got spades.
you're underrating me.
Went back to where the badger lay prone, buried it, said a few words.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Just said, Lord, protect this badger. Or words to that effect.
If only you'd have said it an hour earlier. So go on, Lord, protect this badger.
I think I said a few words about the family of the badger and gave some words
Tell
of
us the
apology.
word. I want the words.
I apologise to the family of this badger, wherever they may be, because I'm guessing they're nearby.
Yeah.
Put some stones on it. Went back home, started drinking again.
So, Lee, what's it going to be? Truth or lie?
It's true, Lee.
Bob thinks it's
Do
true.
you think it's true? Yeah.
I say lie.
I don't believe the badger bit. I think the badger bit...
That's quite essential to the story. Everything else you believe.
I believe he knows the banker.
Right.
I think he knows the banker's wife.
Well, there's your answer. There's your answer. We think it's true apart from the badger bit.
OK, Lee, it's time to make
Well,
your
it's
mind
true. It's true.
You're saying
Right.
it's true. Richard, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
Ah! It could have gone either way.
Yes, it's true. Richard did.
I felt that
bury
one.
the badger
I
with
felt like
the
that was
banker
too
from
easy.
Deal or no
I thought it was a
deal.
lie.
Patsy, you're up next.
When I was younger, I was regularly paid to babysit Marvin, my neighbour's pet dog, who had died and been stuffed.
David's team.
Right. So that you were babysitting the dog only post-mortem?
Yes,
Taxidermy.
after he died.
What did your duties involve?
Well, they were elderly people. They'd leave out, like, food and water. And what I used to do...
That's
because I felt so
incredibly
sorry
sad.
for them, was I would sort of pour a bit of the water away and, like, half the food and stick it in, you know, the rubbish under some kitchen or...
So they come back to, you see?
Yeah, he's
He
alive.
is alive.
That's incredibly sad if that's true.
Well, no, they can't have, but they behaved... I mean, it was a very unusual family. And she showed pictures, framed pictures of him when he was alive and when he was stuffed.
How do you know the difference? The photographs?
Because it wasn't a good stuffing.
I suppose the stuff one, he always looks exactly the same wherever he was.
Yeah, his expression didn't change much.
What sort of dog had Marvin been before?
Yorkshire Terrier.
Right. And in
And
what...
we had a Yorkshire Terrier called Pepper, who was alive, I'd like
That
to
was
say.
rubbing
She's a
their
good
nose
liar
in.
if this is false.
Stuffed peppers.
But our dog...
This is actually incredibly sad if this is true.
Like, totally untrained. I mean, adorable, but...
Whereas Marvin was so well behaved.
What position was Marvin stuffed in? What was...
Standing.
Did he have a facial expression? If there was any kind of emotion coming
Like
from...
this, like that.
So like he was angry. Like he died in a battle.
During this... Maybe he was stuffed to death.
Ah!
What a way to go.
If I had a stuffed dog that was stood up, I'd put one of its legs in a bucket, then I'd always know where that bucket was.
What?
What do you think, David? Which way are you leaning on this?
Sounds quite convincing.
You're convinced?
Well, I think it's impressively told if it's a lie.
Yeah, it is.
Impressively told.
It really is.
A lot of the
Can I ask a question?
detail.
You're not an actress, are you, Patsy?
A lot of people say I'm not, actually.
I'm gonna say lie just
Well,
because
I
it's
think
really
it's a
sad.
lie.
My instinct is it's the truth. We're going to say it's true.
You're saying it's true. OK.
Oh, no.
Patsy Kensit, were you telling us the truth or were you telling us a lie?
That story was a lie.
Thank you. Okay, I was gonna say, that's incredibly fucking sad if that's true.
Yes, it's a lie. Patsy wasn't regularly paid to babysit her neighbour's stuffed pet dog. So at the end of that round,
She's good, though.
Lee's
She's
team
good.
are in the lead by 3 points to 0. Well done, team. Well done. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So, please welcome this week's special guest, Pauline. So, Richard, what is Pauline to you?
This is Pauline. Last year we met at a Snoop Dogg gig and we bonded because we were the two oldest fans in the room.
David, how do you know Pauline?
This is Pauline. When I was a cub, she was the Arcala, and she had to take me out of the scout hut once for asking too many questions when we were being given a talk by the police.
I want to see what Greg's thing is here. Just look at her.
Finally, Greg, your relationship with Pauline.
This is Pauline. She's my mum. She once drove past me when I was having my first fight and got out of her car to cheer me on.
They look exactly the same.
Lee's team, where do you start?
Greg, how old were you on this first fight?
It's Greg's mom. They look exactly. You seen her? Do you see her face?
12.
They look exactly
Right.
the same.
And so where was this? At school?
No.
Where was it?
Outside.
Outside the music room.
It was in a street.
In the street?
Yeah.
Who were you fighting?
Our house.
I honestly can't remember his name. He was a lad, and he was in the year above me. And I remember he had fairly distinctive red hair.
Is that why you fought him?
I fought him because he fought
my
one
dad.
of my friends.
Oh, OK, so this was like a... You were like doing a heroic gesture.
Yeah.
And he was older than you.
Yes.
What was your friend called?
Well, I'm from Shropshire, so he was called Chinese Dave.
Is everyone called Chinese Dave in Shropshire?
No, I just think he was called Chinese Dave, and I honestly don't know the reason, because he certainly wasn't Chinese. I think it's because he used to wear a hat.
No, that would be it. That would be it.
That'll be it, probably.
What was your fighting technique? Do you recall?
It was a sort of
tiger.
of windmill of bones, just like this.
Windmill of bones. I give you the windmill of bones.
What was your mum shouting at you by way of encouragement?
I mean, as I recall, it was just get in there.
Look at him.
Get in there, son.
They look like
And
each
was she
other.
there the first time you had
That's
sex?
totally his mom.
This was in the street.
Look at
Your
him.
mum was driving.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Past you, saw
Yeah.
you.
She knew about the attack on Chinese
Dave.
Dave, yeah. Who wears a hat.
So I presume she saw what was going on and thought, oh, it's good that my son is avenging Chinese Dave's.
Did she get out of the car or just do it from the
from the
window?
window.
Was it a drive-by?
She got out.
Who didn't win the fight? Did your mum then... Surely she stepped in and stopped it, or did she say, keep fighting?
Well, let me tell you, Patsy, the fight came to a fairly abrupt end.
Why?
And I'm going to give you some very specific detail now.
Thank you.
Because I was chewing polos during the fight.
Please, no, you're not going to try and convince us that they came out and your mum thought it was teeth.
Hear me out. I got caught in their mouth, and literally I spat polos everywhere. And my mum went, oh no, it's teeth, it's teeth!
What's your mum called?
They look
Pauline?
the same.
Has she got a
They
nickname
look
like
the same.
Heckman
That's his mom.
Pauline?
Like, they look the same.
I would tell you, she has an
Look at her.
impressive history.
I'm not the
'cause
only
she
one
was in
seeing
a
this, right?
play
They look
fight with
exactly
my,
the same.
Dad once, and he locked himself in a toilet.
Yeah.
And to get to him in the play fight, my mum punched a hole through a door. So there's obviously a violent streak in this one.
Yeah.
It is true, though. It's definitely true. That is my mum.
It is. It absolutely
Okay,
is.
so we'll go with David, shall we?
Yes.
David, just let me recap. Am I right in saying that there was a talk by the police at the Cubs?
Yeah.
And you asked one too many questions to the policeman?
Yes, I was full of questions.
What kind of questions were you asking?
Well, I was asking about various, issues involved in fighting crime.
How old were you?
I think I was about 8.
Right. What kind of crime-fighting questions were you asking?
Well, there was a problem I felt. There was a problem with vandalism and graffiti in the area.
You know, at that age, you're supposed to be taking part rather than complaining about it. That's OK. Different upbringings. That's fine. What are the questions?
I asked a lot about the locks in Cagney and Lacey. I was at the time very aware of the security measures in all of those flats in New York and the big locks on the doors. And I said, why don't we have locks like that? And how can we keep burglars out if we don't have locks like that?
Right.
And the policeman was saying how you can't keep out a determined burglar. And I was saying, well, why do we lock the doors at all then? But I wasn't really aware that he was supposed to be trying to get on with the talk, and maybe the questions would happen at the end, and maybe they wouldn't all be asked by me.
Where was this Cubs?
It was in Headington.
Headington?
Where I grew up.
Well, I know that. I don't think you travelled.
Yeah.
I assumed it was where you lived, otherwise that would be bonkers. Where are you from? I'm from Newcastle, but I didn't
No, my
travel.
parents had heard about a very good Cub Scout group about 400 miles away, and they thought about driving me there to get the very best training in tying. Absolutely.
It does seem like some shit he would do. But
Don't talk about badgers in front of Richard.
It's...
Richard,
look at her.
Remind us once again of your
She
truth.
looks just like
Pauline and I
Greg.
met at the Snoop Dogg gig.
Oh, where was he playing?
It was at the Forum in Kentish Town.
When was this? What year?
Okay, this is bullshit.
Last year.
So he was called Snoop Dogg because he's been called a lot of things.
Snoop Lion.
He certainly has. In the olden days, he was Snoop Doggy Dog, but now just Snoop Dogg.
Whereabouts were you?
And if I remember that, when Snoop Dogg went
Where
reggae.
were you watching the show from?
Well, we met when there was a delay, as there often is at rap concerts. There's sort of an hour delay, so I went up to the little bar.
Why was there a delay?
Well, because it's Snoop. You don't rush Snoop.
Who supported him? Did he have a support act?
Yeah, Corrupt.
What was
With a K.
With a K, wow.
Yeah, correct.
I'd have left after them.
What was his hair like, Snoops? How was he wearing his hair?
He was wearing his hair, he had sort of cornrows, essentially.
He knows all the words, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's definitely read up on this.
And so you guys, your eyes met across the.
No, in this delay, I went up to, there's a little quieter bar upstairs. And I went up there to play a bit of Scrabble on my phone.
Oh, come
Because I was with younger people and they were enjoying the support act. They were enjoying the fact that there was a delay and there was loud music playing. I was enjoying it less.
Yeah.
Pauline was reading a book.
Right.
This
So I
is
thought-
bullshit.
OK, she's quite bored as well of this thing. So anyway, I'm playing my thing. She said, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I said, "I'm playing Scrabble on my phone." She said, "I didn't know you could play Scrabble on a phone."
Right.
So I showed her, and then we started playing Scrabble on a phone, have done ever since. And then...
Ever since, well, you're going out with each other now.
You know what, Lee? Early days. Early days.
Have you actually met up with Maureen since?
Pauline.
Oh, get fucked.
Be able
Nice.
to dissect us with those blunt little...
So, Lee, where is this leading you? What are you thinking, Lee?
It's Greg.
Do we
Look at him.
believe any of these people? Because they're all sounding chronically untrue.
Just look at her and look at him.
Sonic, of course, was one of the first albums Snoop was on. Dr.
Why
Dre's
did
The
you-
Cross.
I could see David in his cub shorts and.
Come on!
Worried about the graffiti. He's just like the sort of person that it would have upset him. And he...
I'm intrigued by this slight physical resemblance between Greg.
Thank
and
you.
the lady.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Look at him.
Do you mind standing up, Greg, again? Would you stand next to this lady you claim to be your mother?
Next to my mum.
Well, let's call her a woman for now.
Are you serious?
Now, I'm guessing
Look at
for
them!
the mean average to work out, your dad is the Jolly Green Giant.
No, but you see, Lee, it's a fact that a son has to be taller than their mum.
It's either Richard or Greg, I think.
It's
so
Greg.
That's my answer.
So you think it's...
I think it's Richard.
You think it's Richard? You think it's Richard or Greg?
Yeah.
Don't
Team say
forget
Richard.
the,
What are you gonna
the
say?
scout hat one. The
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Are you still here?
the scout hat.
OK, I need an answer, and I really
we're
do
going
need it
for
now.
David. He's trying to double bluff me at the end. So I'm gonna
What?
say
Saying it's David.
And if it is David, I'll be so happy now.
Saying it's David.
I think it's
Brain
David.
damage.
OK, Pauline, would you please reveal your true identity?
My name is Pauline. I am Greg's mother. And
Ah! Are you guys serious? They look exactly the same. Are you guys serious?
Pauline is Greg's mum, and she did cheer him on when he had his first
Come
ever
on,
fight.
man.
It must have been awful to see him fighting.
wonderful.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Pauline. So at the end of that round, Lee's team are in the lead by 3 points to 1. Which brings us to
I
our
can't
final
believe
round,
that.
quick fire
Come
round.
on, man. This is
Start
exactly the same.
with Bob.
Oh, here we go.
I can break an apple in half with my bare hands.
Yes, you can.
David's team.
What is your technique?
I take it in the hands.
Yes. Are your hands bare at this point?
Of course they're bare.
Yes.
Friction's very much part of this this equation. You must pull it, I'm going to say east to west. A lot of people think you need to twist. You don't need to twist.
You don't need to twist.
Really?
You just
don't need to
pull apart.
Pull it apart.
How do you get the
Pull the
grip?
apple apart.
Won't your hands just slide away from it? I'd have thought you'd need to twist.
If you twist, you fail. Twisting equals tears.
So you just grip the apple in your hands and then fling them apart, and you have two half apples.
No, I rip it apart.
Yeah.
The way you were miming it then, there's like downward pressure from the thumbs, almost as if you're trying to open it like a book.
Yeah.
Is that what it's like? Because I can believe that more than the just grip, bang!
Yes. No, David, that's fair enough. Yes,
It's just so you're almost like you insert.
Oh, but I so wish it was bang. It's
Yeah,
not.
no, you're inserting
It's
the
like-
thumbs to
Yeah.
try and pull it apart that way.
No insertion.
All right.
No,
but
that's
downward
the grip.
pressure.
Downward pressure. And there it is.
It's true. It's 100%. It's fucking Bob.
So where are the thumbs? Are the thumbs either side of the
You
stalk?
know where the thumbs are, David.
Where are the thumbs either side of the stalk?
Yes.
No insertional penetration. Just
No, absolutely not. No, the thumbs are used for
This is
gripping,
true.
not for ripping. That's what I was taught. And if you remember that,
The system comes with a catchphrase.
if you can remember that, you too will be parting apples.
How long have you done this for?
I have done it for a long time. What I used to do to entertain was I used to take hard-boiled eggs, peel them, I can still do it, and I could take the shell off in one. And you actually peel the membrane rather than trying to... Don't be all rough-handed and don't, you know, take your time. Off it comes bang.
And when did you...
do... That's the correct way to present. With an apple, it's this.
When did you first discover that you could do the apple? How did it come about? How did it come to be?
I can't remember the first time I did it. I can remember the feeling.
What was the feeling?
The feeling was magnificent.
Right, David.
It's true.
Is that the truth?
Yes.
I don't think so, but it could be. Can we leave it at that?
Yeah, that's fine. OK, on to the next round. No, we can't.
I agree with that. I'd love to see him. I hope it's true because then they'll make him do it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. If it's not true,
Make
will
him
they
do
make
it
him
anyway.
try?
So what's it going to be?
True.
I really want it to be true, but it isn't true, I don't think.
You can't pull an apple apart, can you?
You can't just rip it in half. I so want you to be able to.
If you and I can't, sure.
And I can't.
I've never tried.
Have you ever tried?
If I had an apple here, and I can have a few
But I think
goes.
if those two can't do it, David, with the greatest respect, it's highly unlikely you're going to pull it off.
Tremendously, frighteningly strong hands, as I found out to my own cost. So you think it's a lie, then?
I'm afraid I do,
Okay.
yeah.
I think
I'll
it's
go
true.
with the Giants.
You're going to say it's a lie. All right, you're saying it's a lie. Bob, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
Yes! Do it! Come on! Give that man an apple!
Well, guess what I've got under the desk? My trusty box of apples.
That's
It's
the
a
thing to have.
proper apple. Ready,
Yes.
Bob?
It's a big one.
Thank you.
Kobe. Nice.
Not you, him.
Does your husband play cricket?
I love that sort of thing. Where should I do it?
I really hope he can't do it.
Hey! Holy shit! That's awesome.
Time is up. It's the end of the show, and I can reveal that Lee's team have won by 4 points to 1.
Of course they did. Oh my god,
It's not
that's
just
such a
team
perfect
game,
ending.
And my individual liar of the week this week is Richard Osman.
Snoop Dogg cross it? Come on, bro.
Yes, Richard Osman. He's nothing but a liar. Which means that the thousands of people who lost on Pointless, thanks to his adjudication skills, can now seek compensation. Good night.
Holy shit. You know, they used to have these commercials here. I don't know if they still do them. They were for Dos Equis, which is like a beer. And the spokesperson was the most interesting man in the world. It would show him doing a whole bunch of crazy shit and said he's the most interesting man in the world, you know? I don't know if they'd still do that, but Bob should be the new most interesting man in the world. That's where I'm going with this, is that Bob needs to take that man's place and become the most interesting man in the world. Because holy shit, like, is there anything this man can't do? Is there anything this man can't do? Like, I've learned to believe everything he says at this point, because no matter how fucking mental it seems, it's correct. Like, it's just correct. Everything he says, and I'm so glad they made him do it. But, oh my god, that I cannot believe they could not see how much she looked like Greg. Like, they were the spitting image of each other. I cannot be the only one. They looked exactly alike. Like, I honestly, I couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe it. They looked exactly the same. I'm like, that's totally his mother. I was looking at her, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, they look exactly the same. I honestly, I could not believe that they couldn't see it. It was so obvious to me, but I don't know. But that was another really fun episode of Would I Lie to You. Is that my favorite episode we've done so far? Maybe, to be honest, maybe. Having both Bob and Greg on there was tremendous. But man, it was a fun show. This is always a fun show. It really is. So, don't know when you're seeing this, but again, you're either seeing this on March 26th or April 4th. April 7th, excuse me. So, happy March if you're still seeing this in March. Happy April if you're seeing this in April. Hope you liked my April Fool's Day video. I'm not going to say what it was in case this goes up in March, but hope you liked it. But anyway, that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for my 4th reaction to Would I Lie to You. What episode is there a certain episode you would like to see in the future? There's so many on YouTube, so if there's a certain episode you want to see me see next, because I'll definitely probably do more of the show, just link it in the comment section, or just tell me and maybe I could find it. But that is going to do it, excuse me, from me today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like it. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel, Freakskin Views, my Twitter. If you want to follow me, my Patreon, if you want to support me, or my Daily Motion, all those things are down in the description. Thank you to all 36 of my Patrons currently named in the description for your constant support of me and my channel. I appreciate you guys. Also in the description is linked to my community Reddit as well as my daily schedule. With all that being said, though, my name is Taffy16. This has been my 4th reaction to Would I Lie to You, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.